What's up, Taiwan? I'm Ethan Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Former NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen says democratic countries should make it clear to China the consequences of any move on Taiwan. He says Europe should learn lessons from Russia's war on Ukraine. Rick Lauer reports.
This is Taiwan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. They've welcomed their fair share of foreign dignitaries recently as Taipei looks to assert itself on the world stage and counter aggression from Beijing. But this visit from Anders Fogh Rasmussen is the first time that Taiwan has welcomed an ex-NATO chief. On his 3-day trip, Rasmussen, who is also a former Prime Minister of Denmark, met with President Tsai. He told her he supported Taiwan's self-determination. As NATO chief, Rasmussen saw firsthand the military threats posed to democratic countries. He said, "We are approaching a new world order, with autocracy led by China on the one hand and democracy led by the United States on the other."
In an existential struggle, fight between democracy and autocracy, you cannot stay neutral. You will have to choose side. And we, the Europeans, must, of course, side with the United States and other democracies against the autocracies.
Rasmussen urged democratic countries to signal to Beijing the cost of invading Taiwan and called on Europe to prepare an economic response that would cut China off from the world economy. And he made it clear that deterring China from attacking Taiwan was linked to repelling another authoritarian power, Russia.
The most important way to deter a Chinese move on Taiwan is to ensure a Ukrainian victory in the current conflict. If Russia can gain territory and establish a new status quo by force, it will set a precedent. Dictators everywhere will learn that ultimately military aggression works. All those who believe in a democratic Taiwan and a rules-based international order must work to ensure Ukraine prevails. It is for the people of Ukraine and the people of Taiwan to decide on their own futures.
Taiwan is now on the front line of a divided world that increasingly pits aggressive autocratic regimes against free democracies. But this landmark visit from Rasmussen, a man with first-hand experience of standing up to expansionist Russia, sends a clear message that those that value freedom plan to stick together. Rick Yi and Rick Lauert in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
A retired Air Force captain and 3 active military officers have been detained in southern Taiwan on suspicion of spying for China. The retired captain, surnamed Liu, was detained in Kaohsiung along with a serving commander and 2 lieutenant commanders on January 4th. 3 other active officers brought in for questioning were released on bail. Liu was allegedly recruited by China while doing business there after leaving the Air Force. Prosecutors say he used his connections to turn active Navy and Air Force officers to spy for China. Investigations are still ongoing.
那么后续我们也会持续加强整个官兵的教育。那么同时呢，秉持现代模式跟国安单位做紧密的结合。那么以防堵中共对我们做所谓情搜，破坏我们的国家安全。
Meanwhile, Taiwan's top military research body has confirmed that part of a Taiwanese supersonic missile was sent to China for repairs. While the authorities say no data leaks have occurred, this blunder of sending key equipment of defending Taiwan against China to China has generated significant criticism. Ren Ho-Kilpatrick reports.
They're among the first lines of defense in the event of a Chinese invasion of Taiwan. But a part of the Xiongfeng 3 carrier-killer missile system was sent to China for repairs. The weapons developer, the National Zhongshan Institute of Science and Technology, or NCSIST, has ruled out any data breach. But critics are still aghast at how the military's top research body could have risked putting its most advanced missile system in Beijing's hands.
在事前是不是本来中国应该在这方面要细心一点？那在维修上面或者是采购上面来讲，可能事先就要稍微去防范，如果有发生这种状况，或者是说，甚至来讲你在采购的时候可能就要跟厂商要说清楚。
The Zhongshan Institute says it sent a theodolite used in the supersonic missile system back to the manufacturer in Switzerland for maintenance. It was only when they got it back that they realized the manufacturer had sent it to their Asia Repair Center in Shandong, China, without notifying Taiwan. The institute says it took out the theodolite's memory cards before handing it over and checked the device for any harmful software after the repairs. They say no data leaks occurred, but observers are urging them to ensure this never happens again.
已经装备已经拿到手之后，你在安装的时候，那我可能都要事先会想到说，是不是会有这种状况
The revelations come at a sensitive time, when Taiwan's government is asking citizens to give more of their money and time to the military, boosting its budget and extending mandatory conscription. But incidents like this one do little to bolster the public's trust in its armed forces. Ryan Hill-Kilpatrick for TaiwanPlus.
Police in southern Taiwan have arrested 6 politicians serving on the Tainan City Council on suspicion of vote buying. That number represents more than a tenth of the local government. The arrests are part of a countrywide investigation into crimes committed during Taiwan's local elections in November. Stash Butler reports.
Friends of Tainan Council Speaker Chou Li rushed to post bail. Chou is one of several politicians under arrest for bribery and corruption in the southern city's local government. 6 Tainan councillors have posted bail. Those sums ranged from about $3,300 all the way to $16,000. That includes Speaker Chou from the ruling Democratic Progressive Party, another of her fellow DPP councillors, and former members of the opposition Kuomintang. But the investigation has not stopped there.
经检察官讯问后，将郭姓及杨姓被告当庭逮捕，向法院申请羁押禁见。
Another 2 local heavyweights were also arrested. Guo Zaiqin used to be a member of the DPP's Central Committee, while Yang Zhiqiang is a local corporate boss. Police found $260,000 in cash at his company. His son says that's normal practice.
一般来说，因为我们本身是做那个土地重划、土地开发这样子，所以呢，我们有些时候我们 会有这样的一个需求，都是与人为善的一个人，还是相信那个司法是会还我们清白的。
On Wednesday night, Yang Sr. was released from jail. As for the councillors, their colleagues say they'll wait for the court's judgment.
我想还是尊重这个检调的一个调查啦。那最后的结果也希望可以不要有任何政治力的介入，那公平公正。
Tainan's council has only 57 seats, meaning more than 10% of its members are currently being investigated. The corruption scandal has rocked this local government, and given how serious and widespread the allegations are, the political fallout is likely to travel far beyond the city limits. Karma Xu and Stash Butler for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's first trial involving citizen judges is officially underway. Members of the public are part of a judging panel presiding over the trial of a man accused of killing a salesman in Taichung last year. From January 1st, ordinary citizens can sit alongside professional judges in cases ruling on serious crimes, including murder. These citizen judges are randomly selected and do not need to have undergone any formal legal training. Taiwan's courts do not have juries. As such, legal professionals hope this new initiative will help raise public trust and engagement in the country's justice system. Earth reached its closest point with the sun just after midnight on Thursday, Taiwan time. The annual event is known as the perihelion. When the sun and Earth come closest to each other, the sun will appear 3% larger than usual. But don't worry, it's still well over 100 million kilometers from Earth.
地球绕行太阳的轨道是一个椭圆形，因此呢，每一年大约在1月初的时候，会是地球轨道绕太阳最近的位置。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today we leave you with images of Elvis Presley fans at an annual Elvis Festival in Australia. I'm Ethan. Take care and see you next time.